Hey there, folks. I am the Starman, and I'm already back for a part 2 of my video where I showed how flat earther Shane St. Pierre stole Walter Bisland's flat earth dome model and claimed it was his own. Yesterday, after publishing that video, Shane began claiming that the reason he took the model is because it was made using only observational data, and since it's only observational data, that means it doesn't actually use the globe or the heliocentric model. In this video, I'm going to address Shane's claim and explain how Bisland's model actually does use the globe. Yesterday, Shane made this claim on Twitter, stating, "Someone show me the code where Walter solves the n-body problem with no sweat in a single JavaScript loop. Prediction: no one will show the code. Many will insult, assert, assume, accuse, and otherwise belittle from ignorance. Ready? Go." He makes a very specific request here, a request that he already knows is dishonest, because a problem of that complexity couldn't be solved in a single JavaScript loop. I can prove that he knows it was a dishonest request too, because someone already told him it would be at least 3 loops using rungecut4, a numerical integration method, and he replied by saying they changed the parameters. Now, is there some semblance of honesty in his post? No, because he completely misrepresented Walter's reply despite having it right here for anyone to read. I'll put his full reply on screen and you can pause to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to summarize. Walter specifically states that he used JPL's development ephemeris. When he says that numerical integration was used to solve the n-body problem, he is specifically referring to JPL's ephemeris, not his own code. He simply used the data from JPL to make his model. This is very important because Shane's biggest claim to defend his stealing of Walter's code is that it only used observational data and no calculations using Newtonian physics or the n-body problem, and therefore there was no way to say for sure that it ever used a globe or heliocentrism. But here's what I found after researching JPL's ephemeris. First of all, it's extremely easy to access, and anyone could just go on here and search for any celestial body, even dwarf planets and asteroids. But for our case, we'll actually be focusing on the 2 papers written for the development of the ephemeris. These papers are the Planetary and Lunar Ephemerides DE430 and DE431, and the Planetary and Lunar Ephemerides DE440 and DE441. Throughout these papers, they make references to the n-body metric, applications of Newtonian physics. They also refer to Earth's orbit around the sun and Earth's velocity. There are too many references to this for me to possibly include them all, so I will be including links to both papers in the description below for you to read for yourself. But there's another very important thing I want to focus on. Shane or his followers may try to point out the first sentence in one of the papers, where it states, "The planetary and lunar ephemerides DE430 and DE431 are generated by fitting numerically integrated orbits of the moon and planets to observations." They could use this to say that even JPL's ephemeris is based on observations, and therefore you couldn't say if it truly used the heliocentric model. However, you can scroll down to the section where they discuss what observations were used, and while some of them were ground-based, many of them are spacecraft-based observations, using data from spacecraft like Juno for Jupiter and Cassini for Saturn. So even the observational data is enough to entirely debunk their flat Earth claim. In conclusion, the flat earthers finally do have a working model. It's just that their working model is a heliocentric spherical Earth. With that, it seems like we're all done and dusted for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ad Astra.